Welcome to Roxtalks, the podcast that helps network marketers grow their business on social media. I'm Roxanne Wilson, and we got to talk about Instagram. Yes, we do. Which for you grammars, why don't we call ourselves grammars? That's a good question. This is going to be a really time-sensitive but appropriate podcast to get you in the groove of what Instagram wants from you. They've been jawing more than they usually do, which is great for us. And so today we're going to take what they've said about how to grow your account on Instagram and grow with it. So we'll be right back. Are you still noodling with this concept of, is my target market, am I going after everyone with skin? Or am I supposed to be a little bit more or a lot more drilled down than that? I know it can be confusing. When we join a network marketing company, we're told that we should and can talk to everyone because everyone is a potential team member, everyone is a potential client, and everyone is a potential referral. But the fact is that's simply not true. And it causes so much overwhelm. Have you ever felt overwhelmed? Like you don't know what to post, you don't know what to say, you don't know what to do, or you feel like, golly, I'm talking to these people. Why am I not getting results? It could be because you're talking to everyone. It could be because you don't have a clear message because you're, again, talking to everyone. So I want to help you stop talking to everyone and start talking to your ideal client, your ideal team member, because I know you have one inside your head. Join us every Tuesday this month inside of my free Facebook group, Social Media for Network Marketers. Every Tuesday, we're going to be going through, I'm going to personally help you drill down your target market. We're calling it Target Market Tuesdays. I know, catchy, right? And it's free to you. Just come join the group. Simply go, link will be below, or simply just look up Social Stories HQ, Social Stories HQ, all one word, in Facebook, and you'll find that group. We'd love to have you. And I personally would love to help you really get clear on this target market once and for all so that the second half of your 2021 could be one where have a targeted message and you're really clear on who you're serving so that you can actually have clients and team members to serve. We'll see you there Tuesday. You know, if you're someone who thinks that you are very active, very busy, you're always looking at different squirrels and things, I gotta tell you, I don't think that there's anyone more squirrel driven than Mark Zuckerberg and his team at Facebook and Instagram. And I mean that in a good way. But I also mean it in a man keeping up with all the things. I love it. So I have a great time, but I know that it can cause you overwhelm because they're always changing or adding new things. Always remember, whenever you're looking at Facebook or Instagram, Mark Zuckerberg is a jealous lover. And as a result, he does not want you spending any time on social media at all, anywhere, unless you are spending on one of his platforms. He tells us that time and time again. That's the one consistent thing. And so it's not a surprise to me that new things come out. I'm just ready to find out what the new thing is. What's been really interesting is Instagram, the Instagram wing of Facebook, has done a lot of communicating with big influencers over this year. And they've also come out and talked about the algorithm, all the things we've been wanting to know about. They're coming clean or cleanish on it. And so today we're going to talk about what those things they've said are and how you apply them. Because let's face it, if you're listening to my podcast, you're a network marketer, most likely, right? You are not someone who is doing 100% like I'm an influencer on Instagram. That's my full-time job. However, we do love us Instagram because we love how it can help us market our businesses. So how do we take what they've said and apply it to ourselves? Well, let's dive into what they've said, first of all. First and foremost, they came out last month and said that the algorithm is not really an algorithm. Yeah, I know. So I'm not saying everything is true, but what they did say is this. They said that a lot of things are based on the quality of what you're putting out. They were big on quality. They want you to participate, yes, in all the different aspects, or many of the different aspects in Instagram, but really the quality of what you put out is going to not only help the post you've just put out, whether it's the post, the reel, the whatever, but also will help all of the other things you're putting out. I want you to know that is the overarching thing that they really told us when they talked about the algorithm. It really came down to quality. So I'm telling you that, and now I'm going to tell you what they've sat down with influencers and told them. because you're going to be like scratching your head, but that's okay. They came out and said if you want to grow your Instagram followers, your Instagram presence, this is their let's call it a weekly diet of things you should be putting out content wise on Instagram. All right, you ready? Sit down. They said 3 in feed posts. Those would be the posts that are on your grid, as I like to call it. 3 of them, and those can include in feed reels. So when they ask you, do you want this reel to be on your feed? That could count. And same with IGTV posts. So 3 a week. You're thinking, Roxanne, this is gravy. Awesome. Okay, let's keep going. They also said, in addition to that, 8 to 10 stories a week, and at least 2 of those a day. So 8 to 10 stories, making sure you do at least 2 a day. Okay, that I think is also still doable. If you've been doing stories, you probably are doing that. The one message and caveat I have to that is make sure quality stories. Please don't, because remember they said quality over quantity, right? So don't just put up a here's my coffee mug, right? Make sure that in that story that you're creating, like we go over in the Instagram Stories Challenge and in Social Stories membership, actually engages people because remember, they want people to stay on their platform more and interact with it. So if you're posting a story that causes people to interact, not only does Instagram like it, but you get to learn more about your target market. Okay, so we have 3 in feed posts a week, 8 to 10 stories a week, making sure you have at least 2 a day. Then 4 to 7 reels a week. I'm sorry, that still makes me laugh because that basically is saying do a reel like seriously every day yeah, at least once a day. And we've talked about this. If you have not listened to the podcast last week, go back and listen to it, the state of reels, where we go into all those details. So I'm just going to kind of gloss over that. But remember, you do have an opportunity to be in the Reels Challenge, which by the time you're listening to this, I believe is going on right now. It is, but you can still join. We'll put the link in the show notes, or we can put it down below. Just go to socialstoriesmembership.com/reels. All right, we're still going. They're not done yet. 1 to 3 IGTVs a week. All right. And that can include Instagram lives. Just a little backstory for you. An IGTV is either a recorded video that you've recorded on your phone or wherever, and then you upload it, right? You have saved on your phone, you upload it. Or you can do an IG live from your story section. You go live. And when you go live now, the only options you have are either when you're done with it to save it and it'll automatically save it to IGTV or delete it. Those are the only options. No longer, as you know, can you have it for 24 hours on your stories. So 1 to 3 IGTVs a week. And and that can include IG live. So you could just go live 3 times a week. If that fits your fantasy, I always think you should probably start with 1 a week and that can count. Okay. So I just want to go over these again and I want to know how you feel. And please message me, DM me. I want to hear how you feel about this at Roxtalks. 3 in feed posts a week, including Reels or IGTVs. Those also include like 1 image or the carousel images. 8 to 10 stories a week with at least 2 a day. 4 to 7 Reels a week. 1 to 3 IGTVs a week. That can include Instagram Live. Now, when you think about that, the low numbers, 3, 8, 4, and 1, that's 11, 15, 16 pieces of content minimum should be going out on your Instagram a week. How many of you feel comfortable with that? I mean, be honest. How many of you think, gosh, what am I going to talk about? Because remember, we started with the algorithm appreciates quality because quality keeps people coming back for more and keeps people staying. So when they talk about 16, and really it's probably 16 to what, about 20, 22 pieces of content, how are you going to get 16 to 22 pieces of content out on your Instagram each week that is quality and do all of the other things? Because Instagram might not be your only social media platform to grow your business. And Instagram is not the only way. I mean, you know this. We talked about this, the social story success framework and blueprint. Your social media is that channel to get people off of social media onto your list. So how are we managing this and then all of the other things we're doing? Mind blown. Now, this question that I just posed for you is something that I have been really focusing on behind the scenes with my team for the last month or so, 2 months now, maybe, since this little piece of information came out. Because what I've been saying to you is, listen, hey, realize you are not a top influencer. That's not your role. That's not your business. And so, no, this is what they told the top influencers. But at the same time, that is a key to how you can grow. But I also know you have a lot of other things to do. And I respect that. And so we've really been working behind the scenes to try and figure out how we can make it less overwhelming, more manageable, and more productive for you to be doing your version of this diet and feeling that's and getting not only getting results, but feeling fulfilled and not overwhelmed. That's been our focus behind I'm laughing because that's quite a focus. And we've been trying different things and just trying to see, okay, if we do XYZ, how does this work? What if we do this? How about this quantity? How can we make this so that it's something you can do? Now, I have the answer. I need to get a drum roll for this. I think I can find one. Would you like the answer? Okay, the answer, first of all, is let's start at the very beginning. Good place to start. The answer is, first of all, you have to really ask yourself, what can I do? Like, how much of this can I actually do? And you know, be sane. Okay, everyone is different. When I meet with my clients, I always ask them, how many times on your social media are you currently posting on your Instagram or Facebook? And they're always like, well, I should be doing. I'm like, it's fine. There's no judgment. I just want to know how many you're doing. Based on how many you're doing, then let's decide how much you can do more or less than that. Because you might be doing too much. You might have room where you can grow if you like. Based on that, then we make decisions. We make decisions on what is manageable and what your goal is. Now, remember, your goals will determine what part of these best practices you're going to focus on. If you know that your content is such, and you've really worked on your content on Instagram, so you know the content is solid, and that if your target market came, they'd be like, I like this, not like, oh, she's spammy Tammy, but I like this. And your only thing at this point is, I just need eyeballs. Then you're going to focus on things like reels that bring the eyeballs. If you're like, well, I've got my people, but you know what, Roxanne, I've never actually talked. It's not clear. I'm not clear enough about the pathway, the funnel from, okay, now you're consuming my content to now let's get off social media. Now I've got a product or a business opportunity to share with you. And I'm going to give you a reason to get off of social media so we can talk about that. If that's the case, then you need to be focusing on stories, right? You're going to be focusing on stories. You're focusing on your in-feed posts, all right? And your IGTV. So there's very different things you need to be focusing on. Is it that the bucket is like solid and you just need more people in the bucket, or the bucket could do some work? And let me work on that. That's how you're going to determine it. Now, we have buku people right now in the Instagram Reels Challenge. As I'm recording this, challenge hasn't started yet, but we opened the doors and we're already getting a lot of people who are like, I want this, I need this. Yes. And I'm really excited because as I told you, my focus over the last couple of months has been finding whenever something Instagram or Facebook comes out with something new, first of all, I'm there ready. Like if there was a live press conference, I'd be there. And then I take it, analyze it. That's the lawyer in me. There's, everything life prepares you for something you do in the future. And then I really start testing it. And that's probably my dad's a stats professor. It's probably that statistician in me where I'm like, okay, let's test it. Let's take a look at it and the numbers and how this can work appropriately for network marketers. And I do that in different ways, just so you know. I test it. Then I have some of my clients test it, and I test it with them and get their results on everything that we do. And then we move forward. And if it's working, great, we're going to move forward with it. If it's not, let's tweak it and try it again. Yeah. So lots of things go into play. So here's the thing. And we've been rolling this out little by little. We rolled it out initially by giving you an opportunity, and some of you grabbed those beta templates, right, for Instagram Reels, which have been going so well. And that, then the next thing we rolled out is Instagram Reels Challenge, which, we've tested it. So I'm confident and I know that those who do it are going to have great success from it. Now, the third piece of this pie, I was thinking, we're in July. So actually, We've been doing this for last quarter. This is what we were working on behind the scenes, running. What is she doing behind the scenes? And I'm like, oh, something's coming. We were working on this for the last quarter and then a little change. Yeah, that's right. Wow. Okay. So phase one, the Instagram Reels templates, where we capped it at like 50 people got into the beta. We've been working with them. They've been rocking it and they were doing really well with those templates. Then Instagram Reels challenge. And that's all about, well, you know what, you were there last week. Listen to the podcast last week, but really it's all about using what Instagram is favoring with their metrics and their algorithm, using those the real features, how to use them. We teach you how to use them for network marketers. Okay, 5-day challenge. Awesome. And by the way, if you're like, dang it, I missed it, you can still sign up. You can still sign up for it. So don't fret, just go, you can go do that. The third thing we're doing, and I have been almost like, I've been wanting to tell you this for a while and it just hasn't happened, but now here, are you ready? Is this what we found by the content? A couple things. We found when it comes to your content on Instagram, there's certain type of content that is faring very well in different ways. Very well as in the algorithm just likes it, but very well as in when people are consuming it. Remember quality. They're like, I'm going to stop, drop. I'm going to comment on this. I'm going to save it. I'm going to share it. Remember, the big metrics when you're looking at how well your Instagram is doing are not likes. Likes are lazy. Are comments, shares, and saves. And so we've been really looking and analyzing what kind of posts are getting that. And then we took it another step. What would you say? I mean, you heard the stats. 3 in feed posts that includes carousels or images. 8 to 10 stories with 2 a day. 4 to 7 reels. 1 to 3 IGTVs. That can include IGTV lives. I'm sure, I'm going to guess that hearing those numbers made you feel like, how am I going to get this all done? Big times are coming up. Second half of the year is here. We're not fooling around anymore. This is game time. How are you going to get this all done? What we've been working on behind the scenes is a way for you to get this done where you can be really confident about what you're putting out there and how it's going to help your metrics, how it's going to help people resonate with you, the know, like, and trust factor, people finding you, but then also loving you and then wanting to have what you have to offer. And so what we have done is we've created something called Social Templates Club. It's visual. I said it. Oh my goodness. Oh, that feels good. What the heck is Social Templates Club? You're probably asking. Social Templates Club is an ability for network marketers to have at their fingertips templates, hence Templates Club, that they can customize, that you can customize for your content, for your superpower, for what you're putting out there. You can customize the content inside of it, but you have the framework. You literally have the template that then you can customize and rock with. How does that feel? I hope that feels great. I feel like we should take a break and then I'll tell you a little more about it because I'm like, yay, we'll be right back. So you just heard that there's something new kid on the block, Social Templates Club. I want to tell you more about it. Okay, so you know why it was created. You know how it's based on what Instagram is telling us they want. But let me tell you a little bit more about it. Social Templates Club gives you an ability to have 4 static posts or 4 images that you can customize. One of the things we found in our research is that posts, when you're talking about image posts, like with content on, I should say, there's certain ones that people really like that are ones that give like facts or how-tos, but in a certain way, not just like write it, but make it almost infographic-y. They're liking quotes that look a certain way. All those things, we've been studying this big time. So we've created these for you. So what would it look like if every month you had at your fingertips 4 actual posts, right? So 4 static posts that vary in style. So some you're going to get one that's a quote, for example, this month. You're going to get one that's infographic-y, so it looks so good. You're going to get some that are going to give you, I'll give you a preview. Don't worry. You'll get a preview. I'll give you a link to see a preview. But you're going to get 4 that are hit the spots of what Instagram is favoring. You can go in and we'll show you how. You can go into Canva, whether you have a free or paid account. And say it again, you can have a free account and use these. You can change the colors, you can change the fonts. You definitely should change the text. We're going to put in prompts. Prompts are in there for you, but you're going to change the text based on your information. How many of you get information from your company about maybe your hero product, and it's good. I mean, it gives you knowledge, but it's not at a third grade level. It's not easily consumable, and there's just too much on there. Raise your hand, everyone, because that's you. All right. What if you could take that content that they put on their post and you can put it in your own words and you can water it down to third grade level that someone can consume quickly on social media and then put it into the look and style and feel of you and then pop it on your page? How would that feel? And then you can put your handle. So you've got a branded bada bing. How good does that feel? That's what you're going to be able to do with Social Templates Club. Now, in addition to 4 in feed posts, oh, I forgot to tell you. So you get 4 image posts. Like I say image, so it's like one shot, right? What would you say? And I know we've talked about this, and if you're in Social Stories membership, you know this, or you've noticed it personally. Carousel posts. What is a carousel post on Instagram? Posts where you can slide. So you can have up to 10 like slide, slide. Those do very well. And when I tell people that, when I tell network marketers that, for them, that means they put a bunch of images up or you've got your stock photos, but you don't have the ones that do the best are ones that are giving almost like a story, frankly, where you go from page 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, and I'm sliding because it's giving me more information and it all is congruent. It goes together. And of course you even have that overlap, right? So like maybe as I stand here, my shoulder is on the second page, but the rest of my body's on the first page. You get me, right? Those do very well. What if you had access to 4 of those that you could use? So if you think about this, you'd be able to, in a month, do one of those carousel posts a week, customized for the content you want to put, that works, that feeds your brand. You can customize the colors, the style, the words, all those things. How does that feel? How would that speed up your process of the posts, making sure you have 3 in feed posts a week? How would that feel? Think about that. If you do the math on 3 of those, we've done this math. You have 1 image post, like a image or a actual written post, right? You could do 1 carousel, and then you can have a reel in there, or you can do a picture of you doing whatever. How would that feel? Done for you. Now, your stories. Biggest issue with stories, this is I think I'm Simone Biles. I'm just going to show you that I taped my foot today. I don't know if she does that, but I love me some Simone Biles. And if she was taping her foot for a gymnastics competition for the Olympics, I'd probably watch that. But most others, I wouldn't watch that from. We think that stories are supposed to be, let me just show you what I did today. But honestly, unless you're Simone Biles or J-Lo or someone like that, people just don't care. You have to make them care by bringing them in. We've talked about this, you know this. So what if you had an ability to mix and match it? What if you had an ability to have some posts in there where you can customize it? So maybe it's you selling the product. So maybe it's you talking about giving information or value in your stories. And you had 4 of those you could play with each month that also were in line with and could be in line with and in theme with what you've been putting out on your social media. What you've been putting out, I should say, on your in-feed posts. Because remember, working this message together and being consistent is very important. So what if you had 4 of those that you could use and could help you hit that 8 to 10 Instagram stories, and then you can do stories that are more personal to you? How would that feel? And you could customize them there for you. What would it look like if you were able to have at your fingertips 4 Instagram Reels templates? Y'all, I mentioned that we started this whole process by having our Reels templates kit that we offered. And when we offered that, the results that the people who purchase that, the network marketers purchase that are getting are a bananas good. They're automatically getting thousands of views on those reels. It's taking them 5-10 minutes to make a reel. When you think about needing to do 4 to 7 a week, when you can spend 10 minutes on a reel, that doesn't feel like it's going to take that much time. That's like, oh, I can do that. So what would you say if you got 4 brand new Reels templates? So for those who got the templates in the past, What if you say you got 4 brand new? And I've already had them say, do we have more? Do we have more? Well, 4 of them in Social Templates Club. And last but not least, what would you say if you had, oh, maybe that's, oh, well, there's some bonus surprises. I won't go into that. But what would you say that if you had access to that every month, you had 4 new, I should say written, I keep saying image, but I should say text templates, 4 new carousels, 4 new story templates, and then 4 new reels templates, 4 by 4. That is the backbone of Social Templates Club. We are opening it today. If you're listening to the podcast, I won't do the big announcement if you're listening to the podcast live. So by today, I mean the Wednesday this drops. Probably won't send out any official thing for the next day or so, or we'll do it all this week. But the reason I mention this to you is because I want you to succeed at Instagram, and I don't want this to be a hard thing for you. And I know it can be hard. It can be exhausting. It is hard. It's a lot of work. And keeping up with Instagram and keeping up what they want is a lot of work. But I know that with Social Templates Club, we can make that a lot easier for you. I'm going to say one other thing. What if I said you get I'm going to call it the 4 by 4, 4 text templates, 4 carousels, 4 story templates, 4 reels templates, 4 by 4, for $19. I love that. We're launching this. It's brand new. And for the next few days, yes, we're offering it to you for $19. That is the inaugural launch price. And yes, as being an inaugural member, you will get that price until you decide you don't want to be in the Social Templates Club again. Of course, the price is going to be higher. Of course it is. But we're doing this $19 through, I think it's like Monday if you're listening on Wednesday. Okay. How do you get more information about this? You're probably wondering. Just head over to socialtemplates.club. I'm really thrilled about this because I know it's going to save you time and I know it's going to resonate with your target market. I know you're going to have a professionalism that's very attractive, but also it's going to look like you and not like everybody else. You're going to have an opportunity to make image templates that are like infographic-y and all the things people like, but with the content you actually want. So you don't have to try and look far high and low for someone you can repurpose their content or regram it. We're not doing that. You have the knowledge. Let's use your knowledge. Take the information you have, but do it in a way that is so life-giving to your brand. And also helps people know, like, and trust you. Let's get those carousels going. Get them right. Not just, okay, I put 5 images up because I know they like carousels, but my carousel is telling a story and people are interested. I know you've saved those. I know you've shared those. Wouldn't you love to have those at your fingertips? That is what Social Templates Club is giving you. So if you would like to be one of the first members of Social Templates Club, just simply go to socialtemplates.club. I'm so thrilled about this. I really am, because I know it's going to help you. Now, just so you know, every month you're going to get these things. So, and the other thing is this, I'm only offering, it's not going to be something where if you join in August, you get the ones in July. Au contraire, mon frère. The ones in July are the ones in July. And when July is over, those are retired. Don't you love that? So that they're brand new ones in August. So yeah, if you were a member in July and August, you get both. But if you come in August and you want the July ones, you don't just get those. Like, okay, I'll wait and I'll get them all. No, you would have to go back and I don't even know if we'll offer those. I haven't thought that through yet. This is all new. The mechanics are new, but I will say this. We will be having new ones in August, and they will not be the same ones in July. And people who join later, if they want to go back, maybe they can pay for that. I guess we offer something, but they're not going to pay the rate that you're getting at $19. They would have to pay whatever it costs to be in the membership at that time. I think that's fair, don't you? So if you would like to be an inaugural member, also there are special bonuses that are so awesome. And we've got so many great things for you, y'all. I'm not going to go into the bonuses right now. I'll let you go check that out at socialtemplates.club. Point of the matter of all this is, I want you to really get focused on how you can work smarter, not harder, how you can be more efficient, more productive, and how you can make sure you're giving quality, not quantity. And the look of what you put out there matters. You know that. What the content you're putting taking time. And if you don't have to worry about the look of everything, we give you the templates and all you need to do is take that information and put it on there. Golly, how great is that? Yes, we're going to have tutorials. So if you're like, I don't know Canva very well, Roxanne, I'm not good at technology, you're going to be a Canva master after this. We're going to give you the tools that you need so that you can use these um, to your advantage and really rock your social media. Okay. All right. We're going to be right back with behind the scenes. What would it be like if you had access to images that you could brand to be your own style, your own color, your own flavor, and were created for network marketers to make your social media journey a lot easier? I mean, you have ideas, you know how you want things to look, but making them look like that way is so hard. And you want to make sure what you're putting out there matters, that it resonates, that it sticks with your target market. Well, I'd love to introduce to you Social Templates Club, your ability to get four by fours, like what I like to call it, 4 Reels templates, 4 Stories templates, 4 Carousel templates, yes, Carousel templates, and 4 infograph quote style text templates at your disposal that are completely customizable so that you can get your message out there and you can look professional doing it. It's time to take your business seriously. If you would like to be one of the inaugural members of Social Templates Club, we would love to have you. Simply go to socialtemplates.club. And let me just mention that the $19 price to be an inaugural member is going away soon, but this is your opportunity to get in, lock in that price, and get lots of great goodness to help you really resonate with your target market on Instagram, to get more followers and to get more people know, liking, and trusting you so they will join you in business and buy your product. We'll see you over at socialtemplates.club. It's the 4th of July. Oh my goodness. Happy Independence Day, everyone. Golly, gee willikers, what a different Independence Day from last year. Now you're probably saying, Roxanne, it's not the 4th of July. When we're recording this, I should say, behind the scenes, it is the 4th of July. And I hope that you're having a great 4th of July and that you just had a great kickoff. It's also the kickoff to the second quarter of the year. Third quarter of the year. I got this, I promise. It is the third quarter of the year and we are halfway through the year, but also we're rolling and going towards the holiday season. In fact, tomorrow, Monday, I meet with my elite members of Social Stories and we're going to be going into Christmas, not Christmas in July, but Christmas holiday plans. Yes, we start them now, because there's different layers to it. And this allows them to, it frees them up to really be able to service their clients and juke and jive when the holidays come. So we start holiday planning now. Now, you know me, back when I was doing home shopping, we were doing holiday planning like in January. You got to start early. So this might sound early to you, but this is actually late to me, but earlier than last year. Every year I get the members going a little bit sooner and they love it because then they have that CEO mindset. They're able to go into the holidays, be successful, and know their plan. So we'll be kicking that off tomorrow. I'm very excited about that. I'm also excited because my Phoenix Suns are in the finals. So that's exciting. That starts next week. Go Suns, go. I'm hoping for good things. And of course, then we'll be rolling into the Olympics sooner than later. If you are ever in the LA area, this is McRandom, but Scott and I got back up to LA yesterday. You know, he likes to get his haircuts in LA. You've probably heard that story. That's how we ended up in the hospital a while back. Anyhow, long story. If you've been following the podcast, you know what I'm talking about. But and if not, I'll share that with you eventually again. So we have this favorite restaurant that we found because of Scott's, Cedar Sinai visits. And during the pandemic, when we'd have to drive up there, they wouldn't let me in for his tests. They wouldn't even let me in the building. It got to a point like that. And so I would be there. We'd get to the door and they're like, oh, sorry, you can't come in. I'm like, really? So I would have to go do something. Well, the good news is there's the Beverly Center nearby. Although, of course, that was like dead and odd because of the pandemic. But there at the time in LA, they were doing outdoor eating only. And so I was walking, around the hospital and I found this place called Granville. It's right across from Cedar Sinai, and it is adorable. I'm telling you this because if you end up in LA, you need to go to Granville. The food is amazing. They make their own aiolis. Can you think about, just imagine sweet potato fries with garlic aioli, lemon aioli. What was the other one? I can't even remember. There's like 4 different, they make different aiolis and their own ranch dressing. Anyhow, amazing. Drinks are phenomenal. When I was little, I never thought I'd drink like a martini, but golly, a cucumber martini when done right. Anyway, I'm telling you this just in case you end up in LA. Go find Granville. I think there's several locations, but go. You will not. The food, the people, the servers are phenomenal. So this was the first time we went where they were back open at full capacity or yeah, full capacity. And we love to eat at a bar. And of course, we haven't been able to eat at a bar for the last 15 months. And it was just so fun to eat at the bar and have a good time. And I highly, highly recommend it. So there's that. That was the first time he and I have been out dining in California. Yeah, that's true. We've been doing takeout still. So that was exciting to go do that and enjoy that. I don't know why I'm telling you this, except it's amazing how the little things are a lot of fun, right? Also, this past week was the close of I did a 11, I think it ended up being 12 actually, master classes, social selling master classes for the month of June. It was our anniversary month. And that ended. I have to tell you, I was pretty much tired by Friday. It was exciting. There's so many new members in Social Stories. So my focus right now, of course, is welcoming them in and making sure that they onboard and get off to a great start as they start with their Social Story Success Blueprint. And it's been exciting already because they're in it to win it. And I know that they're going to see those results. So that's been fantastic. If you're a new member and you're listening, welcome. We're so happy to have you. And if you were like, gosh, I thought about it, but it wasn't time, that's okay. You have the podcast. Hopefully you do Target Market Tuesdays this month inside of my free Facebook group, Social Media for Network Marketers. And we'll get you going. You are where you're supposed to be. And if you're not supposed to be in Social Stories, that is okay. But I'm glad you're still here. I'm enjoying the podcast. So that's what's been going on. And we might get a new puppy, another puppy. I shouldn't say new one. If you're watching, Baylor is sleeping. See there between the pillows right there? There's a dog right there. But one of Scott's coworkers passed on a information about a dog named Bella who is looking for a home. And so she's a couple years younger than Baylor. She seems to have the same disposition of Baylor. So we'll see what happens. I will either, by the time you listen to this, I will either have a dog or another dog, or I won't. It's okay because Baylor is the most amazing dog in the living world right now. Loved my bear as well too. She's up in heaven. But so if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But if it does happen, I've never had two dogs at the same time, two Yorkies running around here hanging out. So we'll just see what happens. But it would be great. The process is I think it's intense. I mean, I'm like, am I fit to be a dog mom? I don't know. Never thought about that with Baylor or with Bear, but now with Bella, see the bees. It kind of seems perfect, doesn't it? But we had to fill out an application. Then we got a call from the coordinator. We're interviewed. Then they had to get 2 references and a vet reference. Then if we make it past that, which I know they've called my references, then there's a home visit where they take a look at my home and make sure it's okay for her. Then there's a visit off-site somewhere where we meet the dog owner, and we meet Bella and Baylor. And then based on that, they do that with at least or at most 3 candidates, and then they choose. I'm like, is this what a pageant's like? Because I've never been in a pageant. So we'll see what happens. Whatever happens, it's been a great experience just to it's fun to be nominated. We've made it past a couple of them, so we'll see. TBD on that. All right, I'm gonna let you go. You guys are amazing. I just want to remind you, you're not ahead, you're not behind. You're exactly where you need to be. And thank you for being here and listening to Roxtalks. Can't wait to see you next week for another great episode. Until then, take care. Bye.